Hey guys, Japagi here, your friendly neighborhood virtual Hornet driver with another DCS video. Today we're going to take our first turn in our DCS Liberation Campaign that we just started. So this one's going to be a little air-to-ground action, a little seed mission that we're going to have. Try to clear out those skies for the cast flight, and so they can do more damage to the ground units, so our frontline ground units have less work to do, and hopefully have an easier time capturing Bob Sarik. So that's the mission. Let's go ahead and hop into our mission briefing room and get started. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the briefing room. Here we are. You got me on Zoom call today. So thanks for joining. This is your turn one mission briefing. So we'll go ahead and just jump right into it, get our death by PowerPoint slideshow up, because you can't have a military briefing without a death by PowerPoint. So this is your turn one mission briefing for Operation Lone Wolf. So backstory, Iran has declared war on U.S. forces. Our allies have pulled out, and we're a lone carrier group stuck in the Persian Gulf, kind of holding our own, going up against Iran ourselves until follow-on forces can arrive. We have a Marine Expeditionary Force that has deployed from the carrier group and has set up base at Fob Bandari Josk, and trying to move quickly to capture our first factory so we can purchase more ground units. So here's the overall board game situation, like all the control points. The ones with the black backgrounds are the ones with factories where we can purchase new ground units. The ones with the white backgrounds are not, and the ones with the double borders are FOBs. The ones with solid borders are bases with airfields. So you can see we have a FOB here, and then our LHA and CVN are there in this location. So ultimately our goal here is to run up to Fob Sarik, capture it as quickly as possible so we can have a factory ourselves and start purchasing more ground units. Our SAM threats are extensive. You got this big Mama Jama right here that's the S-200 site out in the middle of freaking, like, just taking the whole map and painting it red. So that's going to be a thorn in our side later on in the campaign, but our focus is going to be more primarily right here right now, trying to eliminate some of the anti-air threats for our cast flights, so they're a little bit more free and loose to do what they need to do. The naval threats, I did forget a label here, but I think it's 2 albatrosses here. I'll have to double check. We'll check that in the plan. But these are the enemy ships. They don't actually move. Those are stationary, like, units, but they are there. And then we have, same with us, we have 2 Perry class and 2 Arleigh Burke that are stationary there as well. Our naval assets is what we purchased on our turn 0. So we have the CVN 72 Abraham Lincoln. We got 2 Hawkeyes, 24 Tomcats, 24 Hornets, 2 tankers, 12 Vikings, and 8 Seahawks for a total of 72 out of 90, which is the max we can have on the CVN. So we got 72 aircraft there. I don't have a slide for personnel for the pilots, as that's a resource. I'll probably end up creating that slide as well. LHA 3, the Bella Wood, has 8 Cobras and 12 Harriers. And that is fully maxed. That's fully stocked, 20 out of 20. Fob Bandari Josk has 48 tanks and 6 Cobras on the heliport. The heliport is actually maxed out at 6. You can't have more than that, so that's what we have there. For the tanks, only 51 can be deployed at a time. We only have 48. We're not full up there. But that's what we have for now until we can capture Fob Sarik. For the frontline operations, there are 6 modes or stances that we can have. 3 of them are offensive and 3 of them are defensive. So for the offensive ones, we have aggressive, breakthrough, and elimination, and the slide shows what they each do. And then for defensive, we have defensive, ambush, and retreat, which are all basically the same, except retreat does pull you back. And then the ambush realigns infantry and anti-tank and stuff like that, but we don't have any of that. We're all tanks, so we're really only going to, if we go defensive, it'll only be defensive, right? And then for this frontline operation selection, we are doing breakthrough. So our objective here is to move forward 35 kilometers. I'm thinking that's a little bit more important because we really need to capture that base. I'm less concerned with taking out frontline units and more concerned with pushing that line as much as possible. So that ends the slideshow. We'll move into the planning phase of this and show you what we have planned for our mission. For Japagi, for my mission, we're doing a little seed action here. So we're going to come in, and I did notice there's a silkworm site here. We're going to try to knock that out. In the same run, we're going to try to knock out this rapier, which is just covering the base. It's only like 4 mile radius or so. Excuse me, 4 mile radius or so. Let's see. Yeah, so about 4 miles. So it's not a big threat, but while we're passing through that, we'll drop a bomb on it. But our main objective here is the SA-11 site right here. We want to knock that out. And this is, again, to soften the air defenses of the base so our cast flight can do a better job as the line starts to get closer at knocking out the ground units, so our ground units can do a better job at moving that line forward. So it's all interconnected, and that's the plan for our mission. Other missions we have, obviously, we have AWACS. We actually have 2. So we're going to go for like a little parallax deployment here. So we have one here and then one here. So those are our 2 AWACS. We can tune into either one of them to get SA, but the data link will be updated by both, which is going to be great. So if a pilot or a enemy fighter is notching this AWACS, hopefully this AWACS is not being notched. And that's kind of the methodology there. We have bar cap for a 4-ship of F-14s there, a 4-ship of F-14s there. And then we have 2 cast flights. We have 4 Harriers from the LHA, and then we have 4 Cobras from Bondary Josk. And then we also have a refueler up and running in case anybody needs it. And the only other thing to mention is what I try to do here is stagger the missions. So the deck of the carrier, like the AI doesn't spawn in all at once and everyone trying to get to catapults and back everything up and screw up the whole timeline. So we're going to show up first, then the AWACS will show up, take off a minute after that, then the second AWACS about a minute after that, and then 5 minutes after that, we'll get the first bar cap of F-14s, and then the second at 7 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, we'll send the refueler. So we're not going to need refueling right away, right? So there's no sense of crowding the deck with the S-3B tanker until needed. So I figured 20 minutes after that, maybe somebody's going to need fuel by then, and they can go sip some gas. So that's what we have there as far as the launch slots, right? So that is the end of the briefing. Again, we're trying to do, it says dead on Mole Rat, but really it's a seed mission. We're going to try to be taking out the threat rings, right? So they can't shoot at us. So that's kind of the goal here. And while we're in there, we'll knock out some of this other stuff. So that is our mission for turn 1, a little air-to-ground seed mission. All right, I'll see you guys on the deck. Okay, so here we are on the deck of the George Washington. Let's get this thing fired up. So battery on, APU on. Wait for that green to come on. We'll close the canopy so it's not so loud. Wait for that green light. Green light is on. Right, crank the right engine. Check our RPMs, and when it's at 18, move the right throttle to idle. Okay. While that's happening, we're gonna turn everything on, all the switches and gauges, which I got on shortcuts on my Stream Deck. OBOGs, oxygen, radar on. Set bingo to let's do 4,000 pounds. Okay, which is here. Right engine has started. We'll wait for the DDI to come on.
Roll left.
Stop the bit test.
Flight control.
Go, whoa, stop. Come on. That shaking is my X55 Rhino, sucks. All right, we'll do an FCS bit test. While that's running, we'll get our HSI up and start our CVINS alignment using the stored heading. With that running, we'll start our left engine. Left engine crank, wait for 18 on the RPM. And left idle. Get that going. Other things we might want to do. Let's set our rattle. 300 feet or so. Get that ready. We'll switch on our radiation. Radar altimeter. We'll turn on our IFF. We'll turn on our TACAN. We'll turn on our data link. And that's all we'll need there. Both engines have started, so we will turn off the APU. And INS alignment's still going, so what we'll do on this side is we'll FCS reset, master caution stack, restack the alarms. And then on this side, what we'll do is we'll go into the bit, do a HMD bit test, turn on our HMD, make sure the HMD is working and points to where we need it to. Okay, we'll stop that and we'll come back to here, go to HMD and align the HMD. So we'll put the crosshair here, like so, and hold the cage on cage. Alignment's okay, and then we're going to fine tune that. You know what? Let me, there we go. Change the roll a little bit, and good. Okay, so that is now aligned. INS is aligned, so we can take that and put it in our INS into IFA mode, and we're good to go. Let's, sorry about that. We're going to go to our F8 menu, F4, F2.
Remove the wheel chocks. Copy.
Nose wheel steering on high. And everyone's waiting on me, so we'll move up. Spread our wings. I'm left. Straight. Right. Straight. Can't see him. Right. Straight. And stop. And we'll put our flaps to half. Launch bar down. Bring up our FCS page here. Set our takeoff trim to probably 17. Because we got lots of bombs. We're heavy. Move forward. Arm our seat. Lock our wings. Launch bar up. I'll bring up the controls. We'll wipe them. Look at the launcher. Shooter, I guess. And salute. Gear up, flaps up, burners off. We'll turn into waypoint 2. So looking at our waypoints, waypoint 2 is the Silkworm site. So we're going to bomb that first. And then we'll go into the waypoint 3, which is the Rapier, and then waypoint 4, which is the SA-11. While we're coming in there, we'll turn on our master arm and our RWR. Dispensers. FLIR. Get that warmed up. We'll go into air-to-air mode. Nope, air-to-ground mode. Start our alignment on the JDAMs and put each station into target of opportunity mode. So we can designate with the waypoint, and then the electronic fusing to instantaneous. And those should be good to go. On this side, we'll get our SA page up. Turn off our rad alt, go back to barometric altitude. We'll bring our scale of our SA page to a 40 miles. So you can see the SA11 site right on our SA page. Oh, let's tune into the AWACS, which is COM2 Channel 2, who is now airborne. And I'm going to actually come off a little bit. You know what I'm thinking? Let's bomb the SA11 site first, because that's the bigger threat for us. So we're gonna knock that out. So that was waypoint 4, I believe. Yes. So we'll go to waypoint 4. And we'll actually put our SA page down here. We'll get our EW on our HUD. And we'll put the FLIR up on here, which is still warming up. So we're kind of just like lazily flying around here, not heading straight into the waypoint yet until we can find out. All right, there we go. Okay. So we'll turn our FLIR on. And then we'll weapon designate waypoint 4. So now we're looking at waypoint 4 on our FLIR. Our JDAMs are target of opportunity mode on that site, which is 39 degrees that way. And we're still waiting on the timing for the INS on those guys, which should be probably good because we're quite a ways away from it at this point anyway. Okay, looks like the JDAMs are ready to be dropped. We got 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes to time to maximum range. So if we speed up and go much faster, that'll speed up our maximum range time. And if we look at the HSI, you can see that ring there is our maximum range ring. So we got to be inside that ring. So we'll head straight for it. We're 50 miles away. I don't want to speed up until we're about 40 miles away. And I kind of want to get a little bit more altitude too. So I want to see the target on the FLIR, the AT FLIR, before we drop the bomb. Check our SA. Still no enemy cap. Make sure our data link is on. It is. IFF is on. That's super good. "46 miles to target." RWR is going off for our own enemy, or our own ships, probably shooting at Silkworm launches. $24,000 is probably good. So you can see the target on the HUD now, right there. And we'll see if we can see anything on the Oh yeah, look at that. Why is it slewing? There we go. That's our target. 20 seconds to range. We're at full burners. Two seconds to range. We're in range. I just want to be heading straight for it here. And we will pickle. And then we'll kill the burners, come off a little bit here. Do some aileron trim. That's a little extreme here. Check our SA. Skies are still clear. Staying out of that threat ring.
Overlord, 1-1, Bra, 327, 4100 at 16,000 knots.
Okay, so we got enemy cap is in the air. We might have missed that target there. I noticed it wasn't quite centered.
Springfield, 1-1.
So let's turn back in and drop another one.
329, 4100 at 14,000 knots.
100 miles away for enemy cap. Okay, we're going to pickle another one there. That's 2 on this one. We'll also get this guy. That's 3 on the SA-11 site.
Springfield, 1-1, Overlord, 1-1, Bra, 323, 4100 at 21,000.
Still 100 miles.
Springfield, 1-1, Overlord, 1-1, Bra, 336, 4100 at 25,000 gold.
So let's just check out the... So they're still flying in.
322, 4110 at 18,000 gold.
So we've masked the blur, but that's okay. Let's check the F10 map, see how far away they are.
Springfield, 1-1, Overlord, 1-1, Bra, 335,
AGM, AGM, AGM. So this is the first one to hit. Going after this site here. So they're still quite a ways away. We'll just kind of distance ourselves. Okay, now we're flying away from it. That's okay. We'll get a barometric altitude hold, so we just stay here. And, you know what, let's circle. We'll just circle here until we can confirm some battle damage assessment.
Springfield, 1-1, Overlord, 1-1, Bra, 288, 4110 at 29,000 gold.
That's a hit. Oh, I missed. Oh, that was not a hit. That's the launcher that's gone. And a launcher and a search radar are destroyed, so we are good to go. SA-11 site is down. All right, let's go to waypoint 3. Get that rapier. Weapon designate, take a look at that.
Springfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra.
Track hour is messing up.
100 at 27,000 knots.
Still no enemy cap close yet. That's because Not Bondary Jusk, what's it? Bandar Abbas is quite a ways away from the front line here, so that's good. All right, so making that soy. Ooh, hold on. What do we got here? Right there. All right, we'll pickle there. And then we'll pickle there as well. So 2 at the rapier site, which is right over the base. And then while we're at it, let's see what waypoint 2 looks like. So this is the Silkworm site. So we'll drop a bomb there too. Pickled. Whoa. I lost it. Okay. We're gonna come back.
274 for 170 at 5,000 knots.
Ah, I just masked it too. Okay. We'll check out these AGMs. Silkworm search radar is destroyed. And radar destroyed on that. Awesome. Okay, I think this is a very successful mission. What else can we destroy? How many more bombs do we got? Looks like 2. Let's go up to that SA-11 site. That's the bigger one. I want to make sure we grabbed all of that.
Springfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra.
90 miles.
490 at 27,000 knots.
So we'll drop a bomb on that guy. And we'll drop a bomb on... Come on. That guy. And now we're Winchester. We'll RTB. Out of ammo, heading home. All right, we'll kill the burners. Our fuel is 8,000 pounds. And I just want to check our weight. We're a little heavy, but we're 50. Oh, we got
Springfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1.
he's not.
327-450 at 3,000.
Whoa, come on, Zoom. All right, so we got to get the hell out of here. So we got to burn fuel anyway because we're a little heavy. So we'll go into air navigation mode, pull up our HSI over here, go to TACAN navigation, and head towards the boat, which is 64 miles away. Oops. Great flying, Nace. Check our SA page. Looks like our ass is clear. So we're full burners, just kind of cruising along here, burning some gas because I want to be under 35,000 pounds for landing. I think that's the maximum landing weight. I can't remember, but. And then we'll get some aileron trim going on here because that's a little messy. A little bit more, a little less, a little less. That looks okay. All right, so we need to go to COM2 channel 1, I believe. Actually, you know what we'll do? COM2 channel 1 is 225 megahertz. So we'll put that on channel or COM1. Oh, another launcher burned up. So we'll go here and say, what was it? 225. So we'll have AWACS on COM2 and carrier on COM1. And we'll let Abraham Lincoln know we're inbound.
Marshall,
Get that BRC.
Marking up Street 40450, Angels 25.5, State 7.1.
Springfield 1-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra
257. All right, so we locked in the 257. Turned off the HUD, the EW off the HUD. And now we can see our course line for the carrier. If we zoom out a little bit, we can see that's the carrier and that's the direction the carrier's heading. And we're gonna come off the burners here and do a case 1 recovery, which I think I have a little cheat sheet on to kind of explain what we're gonna be doing. So here we go, case 1 recovery. So we're gonna go, yeah, this is case, okay, here. We'll turn the comm channel down. All right, so we're gonna come into the boat, 3 nautical miles, 800 feet, 350 knots. At about half mile, we'll do the brake turn. We'll do our brake at, try to maintain 800 feet. And throughout the turn, and we want to be 1 to 1.5 miles away from the boat on our downwind. At the downwind, we're going to decrease to 600 feet, and when we pass the boat, we'll do a 30-degree bank, kind of come in and land. That's the objective. Right, so just a quick review of what a case 1 recovery is as we're going through it. Things are going to get a little hairy, so I won't be able to explain completely, but I'll give it a shot. So let's line up to the course line here. We'll zoom in here. We'll make sure as we're coming into land here, our anti-skid is off and hook bypass is on carrier. And when we get within 10 miles, we'll drop our hook and call in. Aircraft weight is about 35,000 pounds, so we're okay. We're light enough to land. And you'll notice I did not drop my bag. I could do that to make us more aerodynamic and lighter, but that's okay. We can land with it. So I'm going to come into the course line perpendicularly behind the boat and drop down to 2,000 feet before we get to the 10-mile mark. And as we're coming in, I will point out on the lower right corner of the HSI, we have 18 miles here to the course line. That's our distance from the course line, not to the boat. That distance is here. That's our distance straight to the boat. But this is the distance from us to the course line. So we're 15 miles from the course line.
Altitude. Altitude.
Now we're below 5,000 feet. We'll turn on our radar altimeter. We're completely perpendicular to the course line at about 2,000 feet. So we'll start to level off here. And we're going pretty fast. So we'll hear that sonic boom. No, maybe not. All right, so we'll come off that. Boards out, slow down. We don't need to be going this fast. Boards are speed brakes. Sorry. So climb back up to 2,000 feet because we're goofing around there. Slowing down to 250 knots. All right, that's close enough. We'll do our radar altimeter hold for our autopilot. And boards in. We're at 250 knots, so we'll also do our auto throttle at close enough at here. Get more perpendicular to the line because we're a little off. And I found at 2.5 miles to 2 miles, somewhere in there from the course line, if we do a 30-degree bank at 250 knots, we should line up pretty good. So we'll try that. And we're close enough, we're far enough away where I don't need this guy anymore, so we'll shut off COM 2. Actually, we can't because they're going to talk to us on COM 2. There we go. And I wasn't paying attention, and now we're within 2 miles, so I'm going to do more than a 30-degree bank. We're at 12 miles from the boat, so another 2 miles, and we'll call in and drop our hook. Set our scale on our HSI to 10 miles. I think I see the boat. We'll zoom in and see if that's confirmed. That is it. Right there. So we're going to come off to the right side of the boat. And we're within 10, so we will see you at 10.
See you at 10.
And drop our hook. Oh, not our gear.
Update state, switch down.
818, state 4.6.
All right, gear's back up. Hook is down. Hook bypass, anti-skid on. All right, we're ready to get signal as Charlie. So about 5 miles from the boat, we'll check in again automatically. It's nothing I have to do. The game will do it for me. And we'll see if we have signal as Charlie, meaning we have clearance to land. If we do, we'll drop down to 800 feet, 350 knots, and start our Case 1 recovery. £33,000, so we're good there. We'll pull up our HUD on this screen. Just in case, I don't think it's not too sunny out, but just in case we get blinded by the sun, we should be able to look at that okay.
Tower 818, overhead Angels 2, state 4.5.
Signal is Charlie, autopilot off, drop to 800 feet. And I come off the throttle when I do this because I'm doing a steep decline to try to keep our speed management good. I will speed up though shortly. 900 feet, 850, and okay, we're at 800 feet. We'll start speeding up. Get up to 350 knots. Try to maintain that 800 feet. As we pass by, we'll make sure the deck is clear. It looks clear. And we're going too fast now. Deck is clear. 350 knots, 800 feet, half mile. Throttle out, boards out, turn in, and maintain 800 feet with the pitch. At 260 knots, we'll put the boards in. Boards are in, 250 knots, gear out, flaps down, and a little nose trim. And a little gas to maintain that 800 feet now. A little more nose trim, a little less gas, nose trim gas, nose trim gas. And we're just circling around until we're downwind. A little more gas, a little more gas, a little more gas. We're coming down to 600 feet anyway. And rolling out, killing the throttle as we roll out. Checking our distance. We are 1.4 miles, so we're within tolerance. Coming down to 600 feet and trimming AOA again. There's the boat. Lot going on, lots happening. Trying to maintain that trim. There we go. Good trim, looks good. We're a little high, but we're okay. And we're a little crooked on our downwind, but I think we'll be okay. And almost time. I'm going to extend a little bit just because I'm not that great, but okay. So now we'll do our 30-degree bank and descend to 500 feet by the time we get to the 90 degrees or perpendicular to the course line again. So 550 feet. Uh-oh, track IR. Sun's coming out. Sun's coming out. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to pause this. Oh, man. All right. Track IR is paused. Of course the sun comes out here. I can't look either. Darn it. All right. I'm going to shallow up the turn. There it is. Yep. Okay. This is not ideal. And this is in the way. Always. So gear and flaps are good. Oop, a little early on that. Oh boy, hang on. A little high.
Bingo.
Great, okay, 3-wire. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That was gorgeous. All right, wings unlocked, hook up, nose wheel steering on high, and clear the deck.
Bingo.
Well, that, I would say, is a great mission success. We blew up a bunch of stuff. We did an amazing Case 1 landing, Case 1 recovery, and didn't die. That's a good one. So let's just do, I'll shut off my engines here. Pop the canopy. We'll take a look at the F10 map. See what else is going on in the world. And I incidentally did not mean to have the red forces known and shown, but it's okay, I guess. So our front line is doing well. No deaths there. That's cool. Our Hueys are doing their Huey thing, or not Hueys, Cobras are doing their Cobra things. Looks like that's me. There's the F-14s. There's the E-2. Oh, there's F-14s there. We got a 4-ship there, and a... Uh-oh, looks like we might have lost one. We might have lost an F-14. Let's go ahead and end the mission. Go back to our plan here. Oh, I wanted to take a look at what I did. All right, we'll cancel all this, get out of this, exit, pull up our DCS. So 5 aircraft were destroyed, 15 frontline units. Let's just accept the results and see who got what. Yep, so we did lose a Tomcat, but we did a lot of other good stuff here. We took out 2 F5s, and then some helicopters. Okay, I guess that's a good mission. We'll call that successful. All right. So, yeah, thanks, guys, for watching. Hit that like button if you liked it. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me do in the next turn. I was thinking air-to-air, and we'll kind of alternate air-to-ground, air-to-air, so it's not the same mission over and over again. But, yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.